Welcome to the Dark Reading News Desk. I'm Terry Sweeney with Dark Reading, and we're coming to you from Google's There's No Place Like Chrome event in New York City. Joining me now is Jason Kemmerer with Google Cloud Security. Jason, welcome to the Dark Reading News Desk.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We, of course, are talking security, so start us off with some context. What's the browser threat landscape look like right now, and why should businesses prioritize security now more than ever for their browsers?
The browser landscape has completely changed over the last several years. I'll start by saying this, right? More and more customers and organizations, I hear this every day, are pivoting to the browser mainly because they want to enable work from home, hybrid workforce, right? The confines of the perimeter that we worked in, prior to COVID, really has been completely transformed, right? So, more so, they want to be able to enable businesses from any device anywhere in the world. And the easiest way to do that is through the browser. So those attacks that you mentioned, right? We're looking at advanced phishing, threat, malware prevention, even data loss prevention, right? So data exfiltration scenarios, and as well as zero trust, trying to get people to access their applications from anywhere in the world.
What are some of the common misconceptions about browser security in the enterprise space?
Yeah, so some common misconceptions start with like client VPNs, firewalls, and EDR solutions, right? But typically, you only have those types of solutions inside of a corporate network or on corporate devices. But to that point I made earlier around bring your own devices, right? You can't have that on a personal device. The average employee or someone you're onboarding with a personal device is not going to install those products or solutions, right? So how do we enable them, right? And we can start that simply with something they already have been used to using, which is the browser.
Talk a little bit about the telemetry or insights that Chrome provides for IT and security teams to monitor risk.
Yeah, definitely. Chrome is probably the most installed software worldwide. It's literally installed on 5 billion devices. And that is kind of how we leverage safe browsing as a whole. Safe browsing is a technology that a lot of our customers and, customers use everywhere. It's enabled by default. It's absolutely free. It's a Google service that we just provide to the world. And that is essentially how we're doing web scraping to determine, baseline threats, phishing, malware prevention right from the beginning. And then to add additional context with Chrome Enterprise Premium, we add advanced malware sandboxing as well as data loss prevention. So any user action you can think of, upload, download, paste, even masking and screen capture, we save all of those into Chrome log events if you have the license, and then we can export that to any security information event management systems or SIMs. That way they can do proactive threat hunting and then get correlation across some different employee bases.
So any policy update or any change in usage is completely transparent to the end user.
Yeah, I mean, it really starts with that Chrome profile. It literally will just say work at the very top right or whatever icon, and you can add your themes. But all of the corporate managed extensions, applications, websites, what you can and cannot visit, and then even device posturing becomes a big part of that. We're able to guarantee that, hey, you can't access your customer record management system like a Salesforce or something unless you're coming from inside the corporate network or on a corporate device versus BYOD.
Zero Trust, of course, has become an article of faith for CISOs and security pros and lots of boards of directors. Talk a bit about how Chrome supports a zero trust security environment for organizations.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you actually look at the history of Google, zero trust really started with us. And as an example, right, there's three core pillars I think any zero trust strategy will have. Zero trust itself means never trust, always verify. So first, we need to understand who the user is. It all starts with identity. The second piece of that would be device posturing. So how secure is the device in which you're working on? If it's BYOD, it's obviously going to have lax controls. So we need to be more restrictive on the data protections, and then vice versa on corporate devices, right? So we can be less restrictive because they're allowed to download that activity to the local machine because we have other agents or systems in play for overall security posture. And then to marry that together, we're doing it continuously. So we're always verifying not just when they access that site or application, but continuously while they're inside that application. So if that session ever changes, or, let's say they're working from a Starbucks and then an hour later they're inside the office, we can then tweak or lessen or increase those restrictions as well, which is the whole concept of zero trust.
All right. Well, plenty of advantages around adopting an enterprise browser in the enterprise. Jason, thanks for joining us on News Desk today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We've been talking with Jason Kemmerer of Google Cloud Security. This has been Terry Sweeney for Dark Reading. Thanks for joining us for this News Desk segment. We'll see you next time.